Hey there, this is Kelly Bailey with Health Centered Life, and today I'm going to teach you how to rock your doTERRA business by utilizing samples. So there's a good and a bad way to do samples. We're just going to talk about the good way, and I want to teach you how to be totally prepared to give samples, because if you have all of the stuff on hand to make them and to send them out to people, you're a lot more likely to actually do it. I am self-proclaimed one of the worst people to ship stuff out, but I've had to get over that because it is a really, really effective way to grow your doTERRA business. So one of my teammates asked me for a video on this, so I am doing it for you guys, and I hope you'll find a lot of value in it. So I think there's a few things that you really need to have in order to do sampling well. You can start out small and do what your budget allows, but you will find that your income will grow as you sample more and more. So if you can financially get all of the things that I'm about to talk about in order to grow your business, I think you're going to see momentum build faster. But again, do what you need to do. We live a debt-free life. I don't recommend going into debt to create this momentum. So do it responsibly, but there's a few really great ways to do this. So first of all, if you haven't seen these little sample packs from doTERRA, they're really neat. You can't really see, but inside there's these little vials of essential oils. So doTERRA wanted to make this super easy for people who don't have sample bottles and things like that right away. They have two versions of this. One is a version, which is this one, that has peppermint, melaleuca, and lavender. These are single oils that are really, really great. The blend one, which I'm totally out of right now, shame on me. I did give them out though, so that was good. The blend one has Digestin, On Guard, and Breathe. It's three really great blends that are going to affect the person that you give in a very positive way. So these are awesome. You can get these. It says, for more information regarding doTERRA essential oils, please contact, and it's got a place for you to write your information. This means you don't even have to have a business card. I do have a business card. If you're a business card person and you want to have these on hand, I really recommend going to eoprint.com. They have some cool designs there, lots of stuff that's kind of out of the box to choose from and not your typical boring business card. Who wants a boring business card? If you're going to give this out and it's going to be a reflection of your personality, make it great. So I love this one. Actually, I'm just in full disclosure, I designed a lot of the stuff that's on that site. I don't get any kickback for selling them, so right now it's literally just I designed them once and they're there and you can check them out. So business card, you don't have to have it if you're giving out one of these, because you can just write it, your info there. Some people will say business cards are totally useless, like my husband. He says that. He says that because it's better for him to take his phone and say, okay, let me get you my contact card. What is your phone number? I'm just going to message you my contact information. So if he meets somebody, that's the way that he goes about it. I actually really love this. I kind of laugh because we're different in a lot of ways. But I love his approach because now he has that person's information. So it's not just that they have his and they could very easily throw away a business card, but he has theirs so he can follow up. So that's important for his business. This is important for ours too. So whatever you do, try to get their info any way that you can. Our upline, Jim and Laura Hicks, they like to send a video right away. So if they're in an Uber and the guy that's driving is interested in learning more about oils, instead of just giving them a card, he will actually say, hey, I've got a really quick video on my phone. If I could just send you the link to that, that would be great. And then it's just like a 4-minute video. It's the gift of doTERRA, gift of the earth. And they usually say yes, and now he's got their phone number and he saves their name in his phone number in his phone so that he can call them back. So that's just a little side note, kind of away from the sampling. I would really recommend having some sort of little guide that you can give your people that you're sampling to. And there's a couple of reasons for this. One is it's really great information. It's going to allow them the ability to use their oils that they've been given confidently. But the other thing I like about it, and I'll just use the A to Z guide because this is the one that I typically go to, is it's going to show a lot of the different things that you can use oils for. So you might be giving them something to help relieve discomfort in their back, and they don't realize that they could get respiratory support or immune support or things like that by using different oils. So if you give them a sample for one thing and then you give them a little guidebook that tells them other things they can use oils for, you're going to have someone who's going to come back to you for more samples or for more information, or maybe want to go to a class and learn more. So this is empowering, and it's really, really beneficial for getting their mind opened up a little bit more to what oils can do. Most of these books, and you can get them from most of the third-party oil sites, most of these are between 60 cents a piece and $1 a piece. And I feel like they're a really good investment to get 10 or 20 of those when you're starting out and have them ready to give out to people. They also usually have a place on the back where you can give your information so that they can find you and ask questions. Because again, they might throw away your business card, but they're probably not going to throw away this really cool little book. So the other thing that you may or may not know about is doTERRA has lots of little products that you can get in sample form. So we've got little breathe drops. You can get a package of these, and they're they're individually wrapped, so it makes it less weird to sample out. Those are the breathe drops. These are the On Guard drops. This is the On Guard toothpaste, and we've got a deep blue rub sample, and then they also have shampoo and conditioner, which I'm out of because I just did a big sample run. And then another thing that's kind of new is the gum. This is the Slim and Sassy gum that I absolutely love, and you can cut these in between and sample these out as well. So get a few of these products if you can. Use your LRP to do it, and then you've got them to share. I will be doing a whole separate video today on these little bags that we make up for our loyal customers and even for our brand new people and people who maybe need to know that there's other products besides just lemon, lavender, and peppermint. And we've been sending those out. I'm going to do a whole video on that, on how you can boost your LRPs and whatnot, so keep a lookout for that. One other thing I really like to send with samples is a little usage card. So you can get these from, I think this is from shareoils.com, almost positive. They have a lot of great little tear pads and things like that, but this one, you get, I think, 50 sheets of these on a little tear pad for $3. And you can write what the blend is that you're giving them, what it's for, where to apply it, how often to use it, and then again, I'm here to help, so you can write your information right there. So again, they have tools. You don't have to, I used to get sticky notes and I would write it all out, and it's fine to do that. Totally do that if you're starting out and you don't have the money to invest in little things like this, but it will look a little bit more professional and make them a little bit more excited to use the products if they know clearly how to use them. And you can even do a bunch of these in advance. If you're always sampling stuff out for better sleep, you can make 5 or 10 of them up, have them ready to go with your samples. Okay, sample bottles. You can get these from doTERRA now. I get them from Amazon, I think, because I get a ton of them at a time and I get a really good price. You can get these for as little as 10 cents a piece, these little, let me get it to where you actually see, the quarter dram bottles. And what I will do typically is give them 5 to 10 drops of the essential oil, and I'll go ahead and put fractionated coconut oil in there, sometimes to the top. It just depends on how much I want it to be diluted. If it's for a kid, I'm obviously not going to put that much essential oil in it, but that gives them a safe way to use the oil the first time, because likely they're not going to have fractionated coconut oil, and you want to make this as easy as possible. So 5 or 10 drops of oil, and then the fractionated coconut oil to top it off so that they can use it on their family members without having to do anything diluting and whatnot. Now you can get these little stickers from your back office. So you'll get a sheet of stickers, and you can just find the vetiver sticker or whatever it may be. Some of them only have 1 or 2 per. So I ended up actually buying a little book from a labeling system, I don't remember the name of it right now, that has 70 or so of each oil, so I can have a whole sheet of Balance and a whole sheet of On Guard and a whole sheet of whatever, and those are really convenient. So if you're like ramping up your business and you don't want to have to like search and find the vetiver sticker on your sheets and sheets of doTERRA things from your back office, go ahead and invest in one of those books. I think it's $80. It even has all the supplements and stuff. I did treat myself to that when we hit Diamond because I had my eye on it for a while, but I couldn't justify the expense. But now I'm really grateful that I have it because I can make all kinds of little things. So the other thing that's kind of neat is you can get all kinds of different, get it to where you can see it, different lids. See that? It's a little squeezy top lid. So you can get spray bottles too. And this is just making it really, really easy to get a full drop of oil out. Some of these little drams have tiny holes in the orifice, and it's really hard. You have to like really bang it to get it out. The ones that I get from Amazon, for whatever reason, they have a larger hole in there, and they're really easy to get out. So I don't have to use these dropper tops anymore. These are typically a little bit more expensive, so you don't want to make it cost prohibitive. But make up a bunch of these, have them in your purse, have them in your desk drawer, so that when people need a sample, it's super easy to get them. Now I want to show you the little the bubble mailers that I get, because that's another key part in making sure that your stuff gets there safely, is to package it properly. So it fell on the floor. I'm just going to grab it real quick. I get these little bubble mailers, again, from Amazon. I love Amazon. Buy almost everything on there except your oils. You do not want to buy your oils on Amazon. So inside, it's bubble, and outside, it's easy to write on. I've got little address labels, so I don't have to write my actual address on there. And then you can easily package these up for shipment. So what I do is I save my little, the little bubble wrap that comes with your essential oils from doTERRA. I save those, and I wrap up things in that. If I'm sending these, though, I get little baggies. There's Walmart even has them in the craft section, just little baggies, so that you can make sure if they leak or spill at all, it's not going to get all over everybody's mail. It's going to smell great, but you don't want to get in trouble for shipping liquids if they're busting out everywhere. So that's another added little thing of protection, or you could just use a sandwich bag or a snack bag or something that you have at your house. So I will send these out. Anytime you send out a sample, you want permission to follow up. And you also want to kind of pre-qualify that person. If they're already working with somebody, that is a big no-no. You don't want to encroach on that person that's been sharing oils with them. So you would definitely want to say, if you're not working with someone, you don't have a friend selling doTERRA, and you're wanting to try a sample, I'd love to send you some, but I'm going to follow up in about a week and make sure that you've tried it and see how it worked for you. And another thing I like to do is say, you know what, this is the oil I would typically use for your issue that you're trying to work with, but there are several other oils that could work. So if for some reason this isn't the best oil for you, we can explore some other options. That sort of gives them the freedom to say, you know what, that didn't really work, but I'm not going to discount oils altogether. I'm going to let her try to help me and find a different solution. So for instance, my sleepy oils are awesome for me. I can't get anywhere near them during the day because they're going to put me out like a light. But for other people, the particular oil blend that I use doesn't necessarily work for them. So just prefacing that right away is really good. The other thing that I would do, and I didn't do this at first when I started the business because I'm not a typically organized person, is to have a master list of people that you have sampled to. That can be on your phone, that can be in an Excel spreadsheet if you're really organized, props to you, or you can just use a piece of paper. I always get these little doTERRA notebooks from convention and things like that, so I use those, and I just have a master list, what they got, when they got it, and whether it worked for them or not. And the people that you sample to are going to be prime candidates to invite to a class, whether online or in person. So if they've received a sample of something from you, they're going to be more open to learning more. So if you're finding yourself not getting people that want to come to your classes, it could be that they just need an oil experience to pique their interest first. So again, with the heart of service, go out, find people who need your product. That's everyone. There's always something that people can use oils for. Give them a sample and then follow up properly, and you're going to see your business grow. So if you're feeling stuck, this is a great place to start with samples. So feel free to comment if you have questions about where I get any of this stuff. I'll post links if I need to. And if you want to check out more about us and our family and what we're doing with doTERRA, you can check out healthcenteredlife.com. And we're going to have more business tips and tricks on this channel, so check them out, and we'll talk to you soon.